Hi everyone, this is Dorothy from Bear Tree Soap, and I am doing a video to show you how to make the little gift bags that I had showed you a picture of in Soaping 101. And this is the little gift bag I make. I don't do this for all my soaps, but I do it for the customers that are giving it as a gift, or also I always keep some of these on hand in case I have somebody that wants theirs wrapped this way. If they don't get it this way, then they get the regular shrink wrap with the band. So this is kind of just a special one that I do. Show you just quickly a little bit about the printing it out, because I do print out my own. And best thing to do is, after I've showed you how to do it, if you just take a plain piece of paper and actually fold the bag, and that way you'll be able to see where the bottom is, the front, and the best way to do this is just then to go ahead and mark it on your paper. So if you're setting up your own, if you're printing your own, you can kind of tell where stuff has to go, and you can kind of measure on the paper. Now, for mine, because of the size of my soap, I actually cut my paper about ½ an inch from on each side to make it fit my bag properly. So depending on your size of your soap, you're going to kind of have to play with that as to what size. I like it so that when it's folded, it's kind of snug around the soap. Anyways, that's just a little bit about the printing and setting it up. It's really easy to make, and I'm just going to show you here. Start out with your piece of paper and a fold the long way like this. And you're actually not going to fold it, but you're just going to make a tiny little pinch. And you're going to do the same on this side here, just a tiny little pinch up at the top. That is just so that you can see where you're supposed to fold. Okay? And so now you're going to take this long edge, fold it up to those little pinch marks, just like that. I think as I do this, you're going to all say, "Oh, I've done this before." Make it a nice tight fold. And then same with this side. Bring it to the center, same to the little pinch marks. Make it a nice tight crease. Okay? And now you're going to open it up and fold it up. Now when you fold it up, you're not going to fold it right to the top. I'm going to leave the distance of the width of my soap at the bottom. This is how wide my soap is at the bottom. So I'm going to leave about that much, because that is going to give you your fold on the bottom here. So putting it up like that, just do a crease across the bottom, like that. Open it, and you're going to do the very same thing this way. Fold it up to the top, again leaving the same distance here. Give it a fold. Nice thing about this is there's no gluing. Okay? So now we have it looking like that. You're going to put your finger, well, actually, I just kind of give these another quick little fold there so they're nice and sharp. Okay? Now, you're going to take this, bring it in, and I just put my finger right where this corner is. I do that, bring it down so that this lines up along the side. What you get is a nice little fold here in the center. Probably most of you have done this before. Just a fold in the center, and I fold that down. I'm going to do that again. Bring this way. Put my finger at that little point just to help it. Match it along the side. And again, we've got a fold in here. Going to fold that down. Turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing. Bring it towards the center. Put my finger here. Line it up on the side. Crease the inside fold. Same thing here. Put my finger there. And then fold it there. So now we have something that looks like this. Okay? And at this point, I just match my top and take my punch, if I can take my punch, that is. Okay, and just punch my holes of where my ribbon's going to go. And, oh, my hands are shaking. I don't always use a ribbon. I also have a label, a Bear Tree label, that will stick over the top of this. So sometimes I do that, sometimes I use the ribbon. But once you've done that, go ahead and just put your soap in. And when I use a gift bag like this, I don't put anything, I don't wrap my soap any more than that. I just put the Bear soap in. And I go in with a business card. On the back of my business card is the thank you for purchasing the soap and the instructions of how to care for the soap and to make sure that it's adequately drained. Now it goes in, and now we just tie the ribbon. And I bought this ribbon online, and I don't like it. It's really kind of a pernickety ribbon to work with. I'll be glad when it's used up. There we go. This is a fairly inexpensive way to wrap your soap. It's just, if you buy the paper at a ream at a time, and I found some places online where you can get it for fairly cheap. I have mine. Mine is a gray fleck because that's what matches for my company, but the possibilities are pretty endless as to what kind of paper you'd want to use. I'm standing at a really funny angle because of my camera, and trying to get like I say, this ribbon is really slippery, and oh my goodness, we're going to try it one more time. Okay. Part of it is because I'm at such a weird angle here. Well, you get the idea. Well, let me do it. Okay, I am not going to give up on this. I can usually tie a bow just fine, but of course not when I want a video. Okay, there we go, and we can trim that ribbon up a little bit. This ribbon wants to fray too, so I'm not really happy with it, like I said. There we go. There we go. Okay, we have a nice, down here, we have a nice little gift bag. And it's all tucked in there nicely. The nice thing about this is the customer can't really see the soap, but they can smell it, and that makes it nice. I have a lot of my customers that this is the way they want their soap all the time. So anyway, each to their own. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was helpful. If not, you can always send me a message and ask me more questions. But that's the gift bag. Take care. Thanks for watching.